All right, so last session, Thorn, Issa, and Ix arrived in Dust Hollow. Their first stop was the Thirsty Tomb, where they met Ben, Arno, and Lucas. Issa found a familiar, though not necessarily friendly, face in Lucas, but disagreements were set aside as you spoke of the fight with Emery and theorized exactly what he had become and how he'd come back from the dead, and whether he was really gone. Thorn, calling upon his own expertise, informed you that Emery's ill will toward Arno must have brought him back in its own right, but that he likely had a talisman to which his spirit was bound to. Without destroying that talisman, he'll likely just keep coming back. Thinking back on the day Emery stormed out of the saloon, Arno suspects the talisman might just be an ace of hearts Emery had clutched in his hand as he left. However, when it became apparent that Thorn was nearly broke, Issa sent him to retrieve her bags from the train in return for payment. After he left, the rest of you set about either settling into your new accommodations at the Thirsty Tomb, or in Arno's case, probably cleaning up the saloon after the earlier fight. Yet, when dusk fell, you found that you truly had not heard the last of Emery. You heard his voice on the wind, threatening to take down the town as a whole if he couldn't have his business back. Hordes of skeletons began to rise from the graveyard, and you all leapt into action. As you felled the last of the skeletons, you heard Emery's voice on the wind again, threatening to return each night until he either had his saloon back or the whole town was decimated. You were just about to return to the Thirsty Tomb to check on the townspeople and regroup when Lucas was dragged to the ground as a man identical to Thorn and riding on horseback lassoed him, saying, "You got a hefty price on your head for a lawman, Sheriff." Which is where we pick up. And before any of you have a chance to react, a small girl dressed in green and pink and followed by a wolf of all things comes running out from like between the buildings, and yeah.
Pick him up, she says, pointing at Lucas. My pops has got you now.
The fuck?
What?
Oh my god, you did not!
The man on horseback sees her, and his expression turns to exasperation as he goes, "Now I told you to stay back while I handled this."
She gives him a somewhat perplexed look and says, "But you got him all lassoed. Doesn't that mean you won?"
I don't mean I won yet.
I don't know. He seems pretty beat up to me.
Hey!
I need a minute, holy fuck, you bastard.
I'll give a second for the reactions to sink in.
Out of everything I thought could possibly happen, your bitch ass brings in an adorable child? Why would you do that? I'm so weak. I'm so weak.
Well, that throws a couple of things that Arno was going to do off the table because he's not going to do it in front of a child. So,
This is what we like to call plot armor.
This isn't even my final form. Behold, holy shit, he is a small child. Holy fuck, she's adorable. Like, oh.
When I made my daddy comment in the discussion channel, this was not what I meant.
I totally thought that's what you meant. Oh my god. Oh no.
I broke my. How do I zoom out, guys? I broke it. Oh shit.
I don't actually know how to zoom in one more multiple stress. Sorry.
The
I think-
scroll button, usually. That's why I use the
Ben
mouse.
is just going to turn toward Arno and say, "What is going on? Do we help the sheriff?"
Yes, of course we help the sheriff. We don't know them.
All right. And then I guess he'll go into a martial arts stance, ready to attack and help the sheriff.
Yeah, Arno would slowly walk over to where Dagger and Lucas and the child are. Probably like loading his shotgun as he walks over, and it's just like, listen.
How close are you walking?
He probably would. He would just get, not too close to the child, but like.
You can move your sprite on one more multiverse. That might be a little bit helpful.
I know it's just not letting me. I thought I was, so I just have to pick the right thingy to make it do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. She can blow. Don't do it.
My. Okay.
Frozen
Are
in
you
place.
using the ASDW keys?
No, I was using the arrow keys like an idiot. All right.
Angie.
He probably would just get a little bit closer, not enough to like actively pose a threat to child because he doesn't want to, but just to make the point known that the fight is not won yet. And he would just kind of be like, I am very sorry. We've had a day today, so I am not my usual patient self. But could you let him go? Since you have a child, which is a cheap trick to pull. Just say.
Oh yeah, how dare I have a child with me?
I mean, when you're apparently going after outlaws, it does seem a little irresponsible, but it's not mine.
Meanwhile, Tiffany kind of like makes a face like, "Oh, I started that young." Like, but she doesn't say that. But you can see on her face like she doesn't completely agree with Arno.
You see him eye your shotgun though. Seems to be weighing something in his mind. But he does go, "You think you know this man?"
I know him well enough not to let him go off with you.
You know he's not a sheriff, right?
Beg to differ.
No,
I have the badge. It's right here.
He would just kind of be like, I mean, he has been sheriff of this town for 2 years. Don't know the duties. Has a nice shiny badge. Good enough for me.
He
Jess,
saved
I
a
have
lot
to-
of lives today.
I have
There
to
were
ask
some-
you.
Oh.
Sorry. Jess, I have to ask you a quick question. I'll be sending you a message.
Sounds
Sorry,
great.
go on, Tony. I should have asked you this beforehand. But sorry, go on, Tony.
This man saved a lot of lives today. Just look over there at all of the dead bodies that are now more dead. They would have hurt a lot of people if not for him.
Afraid I'm not in the business of caring about nuances like that.
Gonna see the
One
bounty?
sec. Sorry. If you don't have one, Jess, that's fine. I will just make one up.
That's
I
what I'm
just couldn't
doing, so.
remember-
In the interim, I'll just briefly interject that as Arno started loading the shotgun and approaching is probably about the time when Issa would have started heading down the stairs. So
That's
she'll
so
appear
fair.
at some point, but I don't know exactly when.
See, problem is, there's a certain Everett Dalton who's paying a lot of money to get this man brought back east. Seems before he was sheriff of this little town, he went on robbing quite a few people.
Don't know what you're talking about. You have the wrong man.
I have a question. Would Tiffany know that name?
Or Arno.
I don't think either of you would, actually. But
Okay. Just was looking for context. So, all right. Tiffany will speak up then. And I'm sorry, I forgot the name already. What was the name you said?
Everett.
Dalton.
Everett Dalton. Thank you. Ix will step to the side, not really forward, but just to the side to kind of get this man's attention. And who by chance is this, Everett?
Sorry, I'm writing down the name that I just made up in the
Thank
chat
you.
so I don't forget.
You see this? I've been framed. He just made up a name on the spot.
You just don't know that.
And also, even though he is on the map, like, standing, that's only because I can't really, like, put him on the horse without it looking weird.
Okay.
He is still on horseback. He hasn't gotten off the horse. And he, the horse kind of shifts, with all these people stepping on closer. But and his hold on the lasso tightens, but not so much that you're dragged again or anything like that, Lucas, or pulled. But he just goes, Everett Dalton, rich man back east. You could say industrious, or seems this one went and took about half his fortune before he ran off to the west with his tail between his legs.
Oh, well, that sounds like he's a hero to me.
Does sound pretty heroic if I'd done it.
Yeah, that's real heroic of you. Stealing from people who work hard for their fortune.
I doubt he worked hard for his fortune, but also says the man who just runs up on a horse and lassos a man.
Did you say
No.
lassos?
Yeah, lasso. Didn't he lasso him?
He did. He did. It was the way you said it, lasso. I know when Bryn said it. Sorry, that gave away her name. I know when Kitty said it before, I assumed it was like her being like a little kid. But
I don't fucking know.
Lassoed. Sorry, I got thrown off by that. But he will just go. Trying to regain the frame of mind.
Bastard. Likes throwing ropes around men.
Yeah. He will just kind of look at you, Arno, and go, listen, I like to do this cleanly. Don't like a big fight, don't like a big stir. If everybody just settles down, we can handle this with no more stress for all of you. It sounds like your little town has had quite enough for one night.
And you think taking out a sheriff is going to make it less stressed?
Sounds like you got plenty of heroic types here.
No,
Maybe
no.
you could step
So-
on into his boots.
No, that's not my job. So, the only way that this will be a less stress situation is if you just rack your brain and figure out what you would like instead of this man. Because don't get him.
What are the chances I can like work my way out of this rope as this is all going on?
Yeah, you can try.
Also, I have apparently officially found out that lasso is the American way of pronouncing it, and lasso is the UK and Australian way of pronouncing it. So
That explains why I said it that way.
that also
yeah. Okay.
weirdly explains why I said it that way.
We're
Okay,
both
continue.
right.
Yeah.
Can I
I totally sorry. I was just gonna say I totally assumed that was like an intentional accent for the little girl. Like you're pronouncing it in a silly fashion because she's a little girl.
The accent was intentional. The pronunciation was 100% what I thought was the actual pronunciation.
And it makes sense now that I know it's like a regional difference. So
For the sake of ease, can I say that like somewhere at this point Issa probably like strolls out of the saloon and like she's overheard enough to understand what's going on. So we don't have to like repeat.
Yeah, I'll say you heard the name Everett Dalton, and I think you would know the name since you are from the East. And you would know what he's saying is true. He is, a merchant, industrial sort, kind of helped in the spreading of various technology and inventions. Probably well known, but not like super, super well known. This isn't a super powerful person, but just not like nobody.
Right. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, Lucas can attempt to try and get out of the rope. I'll roll a let me see. Give me a agility
Agility?
check.
All right. That's way better than other things. Is this still with a wild? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nope, that's not the right die. That's the right die. Ooh. Well, that's fun. I can roll that because that's a 6 out of a 6. So I pick that over the 7 so I can roll it twice.
Yep.
8.
Yeah. You are able to slip out of the lasso. There's just enough give for you to like kind of get one arm over and then flip it over your head. Yeah, so once you're free, what you doing?
Is Dagger still holding the rope tightly?
Yeah, he is, of course. My question is, are you more so trying to quietly slip out of this, not be noticed? Are you immediately getting to your feet, that kind of thing?
No, he's not trying to move too noticeably. He just wanted to get it off. If the rope had been loose, he would have tried to jerk it out of Dagger's hands, but I don't want to necessarily get into a fight with a man on a horse. So
just know that once you are out of the rope, it's gonna go slack, of course.
Yeah. He can
without any tension on it. Yeah.
He can keep some tension for a minute, but yeah. No, I think it's just kind of he wants to get out of it and then get to his feet. He's not doing anything aggressive though, is the main thing that I want to stress.
Okay, I will roll a notice check for him.
Yep, that's fine.
If you want, you can try to roll stealth if you really want to be like secretive about this.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Yeah, so he doesn't immediately notice, like you're able to like slip the rope off and you're keeping tension on it for a moment longer. But it does catch his eye that there's movement. And he kind of gives like a short shout. And I think he's gonna actually yank the rope back from you. And it looks like he's winding up to like lasso you,
Rude.
basically.
Hey, I just got out of that, all right? No need to do the same thing twice, all right?
Bryn would like to pelt Lucas with her slingshot.
Ow!
Go for it. Oh, I almost forgot.
Pause while I remember how to do this.
Where's my phone? There's my phone. I almost forgot that I have art of Bryn.
Give.
I need to share that.
Give.
Hold on. Let me find all of it, because I've also taken a lot of other pictures of things since
It's all
then.
right. You're gonna get that up, and then I'm gonna figure out how to switch screens mid-screen in OBS so that we can show off this art.
There are 4 pictures.
Oh my god, 4?
I've
Right.
drawn her a lot.
Do we roll? Is it a d6? That's shooting, right?
Hold on, let me bring up her stat. Yeah.
Okay.
She'll also get a wild die.
Yep.
She's also
That's a
okay.
4.
Ow.
I don't think. Does that hate you?
1 second. I'm busy looking at this adorable art, and then I will go check my score.
Oh my god, you guys, I am weak for a man with a daughter. This
Oh
is
my
awful.
gosh.
How am I supposed to take anything this man says without being like, yes, sir? Like, no.
Oh man. All right. A 4? No, that does not meet my parry score.
Ah.
He just
okay,
like
well,
ducks. Just like a little hey, watch it. You could
she
take an
sticks her
eye
tongue
out.
at him.
Listen, I don't know what you think going on over there. Did we get the impression that she's Dagger's daughter? Or no?
She's
At
a
the very
child
least.
with this man.
I mean, at the very least, she's adopted. Like,
I mean,
she's
we're gonna
clearly-
assume. I just figured I'd ask if there was a familiar resemblance.
You don't know either of these people well enough.
All right, cool.
We'll just put that there.
Listen, so then Lucas, I am kind of like ducking a bit so that he doesn't get pelted in the face with a slingshot. He's gonna be like, "Whoa, hey, listen, I didn't do anything to your daddy, and I sure didn't do anything to you. So maybe point that somewhere else. All right?"
Oh yeah, that works.
She just scrunches her nose a little and just says, "You smell like a wet dog."
I just fought a bunch of gross skeletons and a zombie
Yeah, well,
in the
wet
same
dogs,
day.
They're always guilty of something.
I'm
my
sorry,
God.
what did Bryn say? I didn't hear all of that.
She said, "Wet dogs are always guilty of something."
I'm living for this. Meanwhile, Tiffany's just gonna be like, I changed my mind. I don't like this place.
Lucas looks put out at being called a wet dog.
At this point, I think Dagger, whether it is successful or not, will probably like back to Bryn just go like, I told you to stay back. Will you go back into hiding until this is over with?
They already know I'm here.
That's not the goddamn point. He's got a shotgun.
He ain't gonna shoot me.
I don't think it's in character, but there is a part of me that just wanted Arna to be like, well, now I'm tempted. But like, he would not. He would not. It is a child. But also, if it was not a child.
I think Dagger, at least to that, will just have like a God damn it, brain. Like,
Why don't you lasso her up? Probably the only way you're gonna get her to behave.
I think he looks very offended at that suggestion. And he is going to he reaches for the rifle that's slung behind his back, kind of like he could just sling it over his shoulder, but he hasn't quite yet. And he's gonna look at you, Lucas, and go, "We gonna have a problem, Sheriff? Or are you gonna come quietly?"
How do I stand up?
You stand up.
I don't know how to stand up.
Oh, you mean you're fighting. Okay.
I love how Matt is like, just do it. Like, Jess is like, no, I understand. But like,
I'm on the ground. I'm rolling around here. How do I stand up?
it's a pivotal piece of information.
You know what's really funny? But also not. For a second there, wouldn't let me select your character either. So I was like, how do you stand up?
I'm just permanently on the ground. I'll walk like a worm from now on. This is fine. So in we gonna have a problem, you gonna come quietly. Lucas distinctly does not have his hands at either of his pistols that are at his sides, but I think he will look at the surrounding folks, and I think his gaze will linger a bit on Arno, and then on Issa, and then back to Dagger, and his hands are still kind of up just a little bit. And he says, I don't think we'll have a problem at all. Why don't you hop off that horse and you and I can go have a chat over a nice drink or two? This place has some great alcohol and some really nice milk for the little lady.
Alcohol? Sorry.
You can have some of mine. I've got some at my office. He's like, you're not helping.
Can I have Issa interject at this point,
Yeah.
if that's okay? I think she's been like watching this whole conversation play out, and then at this point she just sighs quite audibly and says, "Oh, for crying out loud, how much is this bounty even?"
How much is this man worth? Translated.
Ow.
Hold on one second. That's something I probably should have figured out. How much would a person typically have a bounty on them for in
How
old
rich is
West
he?
times?
He stole half a fortune, so I mean,
How much
I'm
am
curious.
I?
Yeah,
I
but
started
from a
out with
rich,
this.
like industrial guy. He could only put the bounty out for like $300 because he's cheap.
I told you, you have the wrong man.
Hold on. I cannot respond just yet to
You're good.
any.
Please go ahead and calculate my worth.
Yup.
What? This be calculator. Multiply by skill set.
Abacus clicking intensifies.
This is like Ix being like, oh yeah, the people on the train, mistaken identity. I don't know who they're talking about. Luke is over here. That's all pure conjecture.
Dagger looks at you, Issa, and goes, "You got a price about 1,500 alive, 1,000 dead."
Lucas coughs a little.
She looks a little taken aback, like that was more than she was expecting.
Yeah, Ix looks more impressed than anything. She's just like, damn. I don't think I'm worth that much on the posters.
So, I think it'd be in both our best interests if you made it there alive.
And you're sure it's my name on that poster?
Is there different Sheriff Lucas Fletcher?
Well, no, but I am not the only man with this handsome face, and I just figured I'd make sure that you had the right person. It'd be real silly of us all to realize that this was a big misunderstanding when we made it back east.
He raises an eyebrow at you and goes, "Not the only man with that face, really."
Yeah. Haven't you ever heard about someone having a twin?
Oh, damn, there's two of them handsome fuckers?
You do see a slight, like his eyes wince ever so slightly. And his jaw sets, but he says nothing. He goes, "Well, if you got a twin, and it's a case of mistaken identity, I'm sure it can be settled out east."
You see, I would be more than happy to help you resolve this misunderstanding, but it's a long journey back east, and I heard the train lines are not running right now. And also, this town has a zombie problem at the moment, and I need to be here to help fix it.
Didn't your friend there brag about how you went and killed all the skeletons already?
He like
Oh, but
gestures
there's more
back.
coming back.
Yeah, that's the thing about skeletons. They're already dead, so then they come back dead still again. It's real unfortunate, you know?
Yep. Also, they're currently hunting us, and I will hunt you, so you will be followed by zombies. Wherever you go.
Well, that ain't a threat. All I gotta do is run faster than you.
Like to see you try.
With your short legs, ain't no problem.
Hey now. That was a low blow.
Sorry.
While this is happening, Bryn is just like off in the background near one of the collapsed piles of skeleton, and she's just like poking at one of the bones, and then she picks it up and offers it to her wolf.
God.
I feel like Dagger will see that, and he probably that line towards Arno gets like slightly cut off as he just goes, "Bryn, stop!
What?
Don't touch that!"
The bone?
Tiffany is over here just like holding back giggles like she can't take any of this seriously right now.
See, why are
I
you
think-
worrying about me?
I think at this point he lets go of the rifle, like he's no longer threatening to like pull it over his shoulder at anybody, and he gets off the horse and he does go storming over to Bryn and like takes the bone, throws it off into the graveyard, takes her by the hand and drags her back towards the rest of the group.
The wolf just goes, running after the bone.
It's like
That's fair.
Urban.
Yeah.
And Bryn shouts after her. She's like, "Get it, Eska!"
I feel like Arno would take that opportunity to just get closer to Lucas and to kind of like, okay, well now that he's gone, okay.
And Dagger, at this point, walks back over to the group, and you get the sense that he's like the intimidation that he was keeping up has melted away some. As he's like holding Bryn's hand and dragging her along, because it's hard to be intimidating when you're also trying to wrangle a child.
Mm-hmm.
And he just kind of has like a fun. You want to talk over drinks? We can talk over drinks. Maybe we can find some sort of code.
Some sort of what?
A code.
Accord. Thank you.
Okay.
Arno, Lucas will glance at Arno and wordlessly be like, "This is the am I taking him to the tavern or to my office?" question.
You better take him to
Arno-
the tavern because I don't have a map for your office.
Arno would look up at Lucas, glare, Dagger, and then just kind of be like, just shrug and the kind of like, fine, I guess he's not gonna get the good whiskey.
Hey,
We will travel everyone to the thirsty tomb.
Also, just so that I remember, you had said that Dagger looks very familiar.
Oh
Right.
yeah, I did. They're identical twins. Looks exactly the same to Thorn.
Okay,
The only
that's
difference is that he doesn't have a glass eye. So
like,
For her
oh, like a
mustache.
table.
hold on, let me. I should favorite Dagger and Bryn so they appear.
I adore
in my
Bryn.
list.
Nothing may happen to her ever.
She has plot armor. It's okay.
good.
There she is. You can enjoy her without the red tint of the outside. She looks
Yep.
adorable.
So cute. Where are you sitting?
Oh, I didn't know where you were on the map. Um,
I found us a table.
yeah. Here, Horatio, get the fuck out of here.
the fuck, Horatio?
Radio.
I don't know. Wasn't that what that guy's name was? Oh yeah, it was Horatio.
Alright.
They all got names.
Yeah, you can click on them and read them about, which I really, really liked the wolf's lore. It was really funny.
Oh, I didn't even click on the wolf.
I didn't realize the wolf had lore.
It was great.
Oh
It
no,
might
I
have been
missed
maybe
lore.
default lore.
See, I just clicked on that mountain that I keep making jokes that Arno would definitely want, and their description is a husky voice you can feel rumbling your chest, and I'm like, well, that hasn't helped. Anyway.
I don't actually see anything when I click on the wolf. So
Yeah, I
don't know what
can't.
you're
I
talking
can't click
about.
it now. But before outside, the lore just says is not a good boy. Not at all.
That
That's
is
incorrect.
inaccurate. Eska is the best boy.
Also, Kitty, I think you should be able to control Bryn. I don't think you can control the wolf, but
I mean, when I do the like ASWD, it just moves Issa. So
well, you might have to right click. You might have to right click Bryn and select control.
it doesn't give me any options to when I right click her.
Okay, that's we'll figure that out.
We can figure that out later.
Where? What was that?
What was
I
what?
seem to have figured out how to ping. Sorry.
Oh, how did you do that?
Double click right. Mouse thing.
Whoa!
Oh shit!
Whoa.
Yeah, I was hoping we had that, but
That's not at all where I clicked to ping, but okay.
Magic
Never knew that.
flares.
that'll be easier instead of saying the one up there above so and so. Now we can ping.
Yeah.
Magic.
Right. So you all head into the Thirsty Tomb, where Lucas, you take a seat at that conveniently empty table, and Dagger follows you, still holding Bryn by the hand. Eska does come in with the bone, gnawing on it happily, even though it's probably like a human femur bone or something.
Finders
It's a little
keepers.
bit grim.
It ain't getting any deader.
No. But yeah. What you guys doing?
Well, first, Erno would be checking on all the probably fucking terrified townspeople who had run in from some zombie skeletons.
Oh yeah, people are frightened, but now that you have it under control, they do seem to be calming a bit. So they're no longer scared of the skeletons. They are confused about what's happening here now, however.
Coming into the tavern, like before we end up taking a seat, Lucas would put on the like super confident air to the people, big smile, all the works. And just be like, everything's taken care of for the night, folks. If you want to head home and get some shut-eye, now's the time. We're gonna drink away the memory of some pretty gross skeletons that were outside, but it's all clear now.
People will begin to make their way out. They'll thank you for all your diligent hard work.
Just playing it up.
Sheriff.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just gonna hide these people from view.
Lucas just
Wait.
casually invoking character references.
I mean, I wasn't totally about to shoot a little smug look at the little girl. No, not at all.
I like how Lucas now has beef with a child.
I mean, it's on brand, okay?
She did try to shoot him. I mean,
She flung
With
a rock at
straight
my head.
shot.
That shit hurts. You could put an
You
eye
don't know
out.
that it was a rock. You don't know what it was because you didn't get hit.
That's true. I did not get hit. Maybe next
now
time.
I'm worried. What's worse than a rock, guys? A piece of glass? What? Wait, I'm scared.
Either way, full charm, full charisma, and then makes his way over to the table, and that's when we end up sitting down. And he's gonna put on an air of not looking overly concerned. That's how he's gonna be here. It's like, so, drink of choice? I happen to know the bartender, so could probably get you whatever your preference is.
There is a scoff from behind the bar as he goes about and gets stuff ready. But it's
Dagger just goes, whiskey. Don't care if it's good.
I mean, hey, whatever suits your fancy, mediocre whiskey it is.
The don't care if it's good was because of Arno's. He's not getting the good shit.
yep.
He knows what's up. He ain't dumb.
Yeah, Arno would probably just have a little grunt of acknowledgement, but then would look at Brad and be like, I have some sarsaparilla, if you like some.
Sarsaparilla?
It's a sweet drink, fizzy, no alcohol. Would look at Dagger.
Bryn also looks at Dagger.
Sarsaparilla is. Yeah, you can have some.
She turns back to Arno and smiles. Okay.
He's gonna put this girl on a sugar high.
Yep.
Her and Better
And
gonna be
then,
best friends.
and then she will be more of a handful, and Dagger won't be able to do shit.
Immobilized. Super effective.
Yeah, so he would pour a glass of sarsaparilla, pour a small glass of whiskey, and then a different glass of whiskey for Lucas, and would hand out the drinks.
Thanks, Charmer.
You're lucky I like you.
Oh, I put the cups on the table.
There's a cup in front of me. It says shot glass. I can pick it up.
Kind of,
I'm gonna pick it up and never be able to put it down. Let's do it.
Oh, your clothes stayed on.
I was gonna say, don't take your clothes off.
I mean, there is more than one way to negotiate in this room, but not with a child here. Sorry.
That's not what I meant to do. How do I undo that? I was trying to see if I could move her, but I couldn't. So
There you go. It almost looks like she's standing on the chair, which is equally adorable.
Now she's eye to eye heights now, even on the chair, just leaning over the table. What are we discussing? Like, I don't know.
this time.
I won't take your terms. Nothing has been said.
It's adorable, to be honest. It's all adorable.
I'm
I
still
didn't
mad at you
realize I
guys.
was muted. Whoops.
Whoops.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
But yeah, so Dagger takes that glass of whiskey, shoots it back a bit, and goes, so you got $1,500?
Do I have $1,500? Let me go double check if I wrote down how much money I had spare. Guarantee it's not $1,500.
No, you don't have. You start out with 200.
I know this. I just don't remember how much I left with because I thought it'd be funny to use that as my reference. One sec.
Just love the best is like, no, you don't.
With he says you got $1,500, full confidence. Like it's just like, nah, but I got about 100. Counter offer.
Don't think that's gonna cut it, Sheriff.
But you see, $1,500 is a long way back. And as at least one person in this room would probably be able to tell you, I am insufferable on long distance traveling. Is it really worth it?
You're really gonna try and promise you'll be annoying to get out of this?
I mean, I make no promises, but it's
Only guarantees.
highly likely.
I think you'll find that there ain't a lot that's gonna get under my skin.
All right then. Maybe your skin isn't what we need to focus on. Tell me, is Everett a patient man? Would he appreciate you showing up with the wrong person?
I think he'd rather show up with a look-alike than not show up at all.
And you're the only one after this man?
Can't say.
Mm.
I can tell you one thing now. Probably the only sucker you'll see here that won't just open fire on ya.
Question: do you
Sorry, what was that? You cut out.
do you have a brother?
You see him freeze, like, mid lifting the glass to his lips, and he looks at you sharply and goes, "Why do you ask?"
Oh, we were just talking about twins and lookalikes. Got me
Yeah.
thinking.
What about it?
Well, you just look familiar.
You have more eyes than he
Uncle
did,
Harry,
though.
Oh,
Whoa, multiple people talking,
I
I think. Who's saying what?
I think
Who's
it was
coming
all
up?
Heather. It's just I think she echoed.
Oh, okay. I didn't have Discord up, so I just heard double voices. What did
Oh.
you say, Heather?
Sorry. I didn't realize I was echoing. My bad. Tiffany would just add in, you have more eyes than he did, though.
That does
Oh,
get a
hair.
little. Sorry, what was that?
Different color hair too.
No, same color hair. He does.
Oh,
Thorn has brown hair.
oh, I missed that. My bad.
What was I going to say? He pauses at that, and looks at you a little bit oddly, Tiffany. And goes, "And where is this look like?"
What's it to you?
Curiosity.
I'm afraid I'm not dealing in curiosity right now.
You think you can trade? Is that it? You'll tell me what I want to know, and in return, I'll leave your sheriff be?
The West is a big place.
The West is a big place. I don't think you know what I'm looking for, though.
Why don't you tell me?
He, sorry, I got distracted by, like, somebody shouting outside.
Skeletons!
But he stands up from his seat, walks over to the bar towards you, Arno, and puts both hands on the bar and goes, "I'm not looking for no lookalike. All I want is money so that I can take a nice long break from this running around. And maybe make sure that there's a good roof over that girl's head. So unless you got money, I don't right care."
I mean, there's an abandoned silver mine.
He looks at you a little exasperated and goes, "You think I want to take my girl down to an abandoned silver mine? Is that any place for a little girl?" Like,
Pretty sure he meant for the money.
Wait for a little girl? I'm sorry. Like, how is this different?
Wait, Erna was suggesting?
No, he wasn't. But he's just saying he was not. He was
Oh,
assuming,
God.
she would stay safe somewhere. But like, he also couldn't be like, I mean, guy, like we almost had a shootout. Is this better?
Oh my God, I thought he was just like offering the silver mine, like, I just write you up a deed and it can be yours. Like,
So what does Arno say to that?
What did he say? I'm sorry. I got distracted by everyone.
He said, "Do you think I want to take or does the silver mine sound like a place for a little girl?"
I'm not saying bring her, but also you seem to like throwing her into danger anyway.
I don't throw her into danger. I told her to stay back for a reason.
That went well for you, didn't it?
Well, hold on, Arno. Hold on. Seems like the end game here isn't the money. You just want a quiet place for you to raise your daughter, right?
Yeah.
Well, instead of the bounty, just take residence here. You're in the middle of nowhere. Who's gonna come after you? Not just that, but you seem like you can carry yourself just fine.
Well, apparently, this place is overrun with zombies.
This is a temporary problem.
That food inspector exaggerated.
And to be fair, you have already seen that even if people do try to come looking, we take care of our own here. Currently, you're on the opposite side of that, but you could be in it.
You want to be in the circle.
If you'd like.
And what about this lookalike of mine?
Well, I'm
He
sure
in
he'll
your
turn
inner
up.
circle?
He might turn up. Who knows? I feel like the wind blows and that's where he goes.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say any place is safe with him around.
Says the man who tried to abduct the sheriff. Oh, that's rich. Can I have another drink?
Of course you can, sweetheart. Come here.
I want to say at this point, Issa would jump in. She's looking a little bit almost confused, kind of glancing between people, and she finally chimes in and say, "I would have thought you, of all people, would understand the concept of a bounty hunter. It's a legal profession, you know that."
Who is she saying that to?
Just in general, because everyone's
okay.
out here acting like Dagger's being some sort of like criminal hoodlum, and she's like, he's actually just doing his job. Like,
yeah, the Arnold would be like, I don't care. The law doesn't apply here.
Then what do you need a sheriff for?
To take care of our own. Again, like I said. The East making laws and deciding who needs to be hunted down and brought back to them, fuck them. I left. For a reason.
Happy enough to take our money, though, aren't you?
Yes, always. And then you will be on your merry way, and then I get to spend that money how I like. He says, as he pours a beer for Tiffany. Did she have a beer before?
Oh, yeah. We'll say that. We'll just keep doing that.
Okay, yeah. So he's totally quipping at Issa and poor Eloise and pouring the drink and then just like sliding it to Tiffany and gives her a little wink. Is a kind of like, I did not forget about you.
You know, you can be a bounty hunter and still be hated. You know that, right?
Mm.
But that doesn't have to be the case anymore. He's settling down. Ain't that right, Mr. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Dag.
Of course it is. All right. Just like pour himself a whiskey. It's kind of like.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Dagger. Would appreciate if you didn't lasso anybody else tonight. I'm getting quite tired.
I believe it's pronounced lasso, actually.
All right, city slicker.
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
No, it's so funny.
It was good. It was good.
I think Issa's gonna look at Dagger and she's gonna kind of sigh a little bit and say, look, I am normally the last person who would jump to this one's defense, and she kind of gestures at Lucas.
Sits up a little.
But, much as I hate to admit it, he did acquit himself rather admirably facing those disgusting little monsters running around outside. And if the information that we've been given is to be believed, that problem won't be solving itself. So, if you are indeed a decent enough person, which you seem to be, at least give us the courtesy of using his services until this problem is solved, and then the two of you can figure out your differences or lack thereof in whatever way suits your fancies afterwards.
Make a persuasion check, Issa.
Oh boy, I'm pretty sure I get a penalty to those.
You
No,
can
but that
have,
was so good.
you can have a +2 in this case.
In which case, it's just a straight roll.
We'll take it. Remember, you have 3 bennies.
Oh, I do, that's true. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot I needed to even have a character sheet up for Issa because
I was too busy playing a little girl.
yeah, honestly, it's so hard to switch between the two of them. They're complete opposites.
I adore it, though.
I love it.
I'm like, I keep being worried that I'm going to use the wrong voice for the wrong person. And that'll get real confusing.
Bryn just having that word. Excuse you? No.
Computer, can you please just not move at the pace of molasses? Persuasion, you say? Oh boy, okay. 3. Hang on, let me just double check to make sure I got the thing right. Yeah, -2 + 2. So 3.
I think he'll pause and he looks you up and down and goes, indeed. He's some kind of scholarly type then from the east?
Something of the sort.
What subjects?
Might be a shorter list if you ask me what I don't study. But history, literature, art, science, mathematics, those are among my favorites.
I'll hold off on any unnecessary action while you get your little situation here settled. If you give my girl some lessons.
Oh.
Issa blinks like she wasn't expecting that to be what he asked for. And she kind of cocks her head a little and says, what kind of lessons?
She ain't great with math. Don't know a thing about science. And I've been trying to teach her how to read, but she's a little feral when it comes to letters.
Oh, I thought she was gonna have to teach her how to shoot. That would have been fun.
Issa kind of like considers Dagger, then glances at Bryn, then glances at Dagger again, then glances at Lucas.
You owe
Like
me,
she's-
bitch.
She's thinking, and then she finally looks at Dagger and says, "All right, fine. We have an agreement." And then she looks back to Lucas and says, "And you owe me."
Gives her Lucas honey. Gives her a delightfully charming smile. Name the place. Name it.
Is he doing what I think he's doing?
Yeah.
She gives him the world's most exasperated look and just says, "Oh, that ship has sailed." And then she'll walk over and take the seat next to Bryn.
Out of curiosity, what is Bryn's reaction to hearing that Dagger
Honestly,
has just set up some lessons for her?
I don't think she's been paying attention. I think she's just like, she finished drinking her drink and now she's just like playing with her dog. Like,
That's so fair. So, I'll say it's around this time that as you guys are talking, there is like some heavy shuffling as the doors swing open and some huffing. Couple bags are just thrown on in before Thorn comes in dragging. Hold on, where are you, Thorn? There you are.
Lost in the luggage.
Oh, there are actual bags, guys. There are
oh my
bags.
gosh.
And then he comes in lugging this big trunk too. It's just like, whew. All right, well, madame, got your bags. I didn't know that when you said monogrammed, it didn't mean your name wasn't written on it. It's just EB.
We said initials.
Did you? I
Mm.
don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I sure hope your last name starts with a B, because I don't know if I can make that trip a second time.
I think as he like entered, she would have gotten up and started like walking over, and she's probably in the middle of examining the luggage to make sure he did in fact get everything. But in response to that, she'll just kind of like smile a little bit and say, "Fortunately for you, it does in fact start with a B."
Oh. What's the B stand for?
Weren't you here when I introduced myself?
Did you say your last name out of character? I thought it was only first name.
No, she did.
She did.
Oh, whoops.
When
okay.
Arno asked her name, but I don't know. I think that was before Thorn left, but I can't 100% be sure.
I don't know. We're gonna say no because I don't. We're gonna say no. Yeah. Just have like a. I don't think so.
Well, maybe you can earn it. In the meantime, how much would you say your labor cost?
Oh man.
And do try to be reasonable.
I mean, I want $20. It's
She'll
no
consider it.
problem, really. Honestly, I did try to rob you. Ask
She'll
about it and
reach into her, I don't know if it's a wallet or whatever they have in this world where they keep money, and she'll pull out, I'm assuming paper money is a thing here. It's not all like coins, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she'll pull out $30 and hand it to him and say, "Consider it a tip or maybe a tab. I might have other uses for you."
Oh. Sure wouldn't mind if you had other uses for me. could be plenty useful tonight, in fact.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. In case you were wondering where it was, there it was.
Issa gives him a look at that and just says, now, there are children present.
Wait. What? I think at that point, Dagger moves from his little position behind Tiffany here over around the bar, across from Thorn.
Oh, he just repaired that part of it too. Fuck.
And just simply goes, well, now, think you're seeing an evil spirit this time. And we'll take a break there.
Bitch!
See, I really just want Ardo in the background just to shout, like, no fighting in the bar!
No more fighting in the bar.
Take your duels outside!
I'm gonna say for flavor, Bryn jumps on the table and she's totally doing the like Spider-Man point between the two of them.
She's paying attention now.
I wonder if I can put her on top of I can put her on top of the table.
She's got the high ground, guys.
Gotta
It's
flip
over.
her around so that she's actually looking at them. But yeah, we'll take a break there. We'll reconvene in a few minutes.
I guess Issa's down here with her stuff.
Dagger, standing across from Thorn, asks him, "You think I'm an evil spirit this time?" And Thorn looks absolutely flabbergasted. And there's like the flicker of disbelief on his face, and then he breaks into a grin and goes, "Well, shit, man. I've been looking everywhere for you. I didn't. What the hell brings you here?" And there's something in Dagger's face that like looks a little caught off guard by Thorn's reaction. I think it's plain to say that there's a disconnect here.
Something ain't
And-
right.
Yeah. And Thorn starts to walk towards him, but Dagger like holds a hand up sharply, and it just has like a, "Don't you fucking play around like that. Last time I saw you, you pointed a gun at me." And Thorn goes like, "Yeah, I did. Not because I wanted to, though. It was all, Avery and the Wise gang, and Dagger scoffs. And if anybody wants to interject, you are absolutely welcome to.
I am delighted that Dagger's attention is not on me, actually. Thank you.
Issa's sipping her beer at the bar, having a great time watching this unfold. She will comment. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you go first.
She will comment when Dagger says, "You tried to shoot me," and then after Thorn says his piece about it, Tiffany will be like, "To be fair, you are a bounty hunter. I feel like shooting you is a regular hazard of the job. Just saying." And she's gonna take another sip, go back to pretending like she's not here.
– Kitty, did you also have something to add?
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say if I interject with anything, it's gonna be probably a little chaotic.
Oh no, go for it.
Please.
I just feel like at this point, they're having this clearly very important and emotional conversation, and Bryn, who's still standing on the table, I'm so sorry, Arno, is like still trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and eventually she's just like, wait a minute, why is there 2 of you? Like, it took her that long to figure out that the number was 2.
Did she knock down one of the glasses?
I don't know. Did she? Maybe.
I don't know, one of them's on the ground.
Oh, that was probably the one Lucas was holding.
I couldn't put it back down on the
okay.
table. It was the ground or the ground.
Oh, Kiara was gonna blame the child. It's just the grown man. Okay.
I think both Dagger and Thorn look over at Bryn. Dagger almost looks like, he wants to say something about her being on the table initially. But Thorn kind of just has like a, who the hell is that? Like pointing over at Bryn and then looking at Dagger. Does Bryn have a reaction to that in particular, I'm wondering?
I have one idea for what you can say.
Say it.
So
She's a child, let it go.
Thorn points at her and says, "Who the hell is that?" And she just like puts her like hands on her hips and like holds her head up and grins really broadly and says, "I'm the brightest little ray of sunshine in the west."
Thorn looks sorry. That's so fucking cute.
You know Dagger told her that, like, you want to know the truth, sweetheart? You're the brightest ray of sunshine in the west. Like, you can hear the sweetness. Like, she totally. So, I love
Y'all are getting so much backstory with no context.
Thorn is still pointing at Bryn, and he looks at Dagger, and he's just like, she was here? And Dagger just kind of goes like, yeah, well, you miss out on a lot when you run off with a gang of outlaws, don't you? And Thorn just goes like, she's so fucking cute. No way you made that. No, she don't got an ounce of your blood.
What? Tell me your brother's ugly without telling me your brother's ugly. Like, God, that's so rude.
They have the same face.
I know, that's what I'm like, Jesus, dude.
And I think Dagger looks offended as well. This is so funny. But I think Dagger will at that point just scoff at Thorn and then kind of turns halfway back towards the bar and like looks at Arno and just goes, I'm giving y'all time to sort out this whole problem of yours. But I hope none of you expect me to help you out with him around.
A question: did you become a bounty hunter after he left with the gang? Like, is that why you do it, or were you a bounty hunter before?
He looks at you for a beat and then turns and looks at Thorn, and you see a little bit of like a glance pass between them, and then Dagger turns back to you and goes, I became a bounty hunter when my own brother decided that he valued a bunch of outlaws, burned our ranch down, and killed our parents more than his own brother. So, if you'll excuse me.
Take another sip of beer.
He walks over to Bran, goes, get out off the table.
She kind of pouts a little bit, but climbs off the table.
I feel like Dagger won't immediately go up to like a room or anything. You get the sense actually he's not going to sit back down in that chair. He's going to sit back down in this chair where he can keep y'all in his line of sight. But yeah, what are you guys doing?
Yep. I'm gonna start checking the train schedule, man. Apparently, this place is overrun. I gotta go.
I don't think that train's going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah. Arya would definitely look at Thorin and be like, "You staying?" Would like hold out his hands, like, "Money, please."
He takes off his hat and walks on over to you. He looks thoroughly chastened after that last remark and takes a couple of dollars and hands it to you.
He would lean in to Thorin and kind of be like, for all of what Dagger said, just know that you are currently my favorite twin.
Said loud enough for Dagger to hear.
Thank you kindly.
You need a drink.
Oh, yeah.
He would slide a drink over.
I think in a I can't move. There we go. I think in a delightful effort to move out of sight, out of mind for a little bit, Lucas will go over to where Issa is surrounded by a pile of bags, and he will offer to take them up to her room.
What a coincidence. I was just about to have her ask him to do that.
See, he's anticipating her needs. It's great.
Shocking. But how does he offer?
He's gonna come up, and it is not the same type. It's not like a roguish smile, but it's still just like a. You got a lot of bags there. They're probably a lot to carry up in one trip. I can help out with that.
Thinking of starting to repay your debt, are you?
You know me. I don't like to keep those for long. So, yeah.
Well, I suppose we can call it a chip in the interest.
Which room is it?
She picks up whichever bag I assume is like the lightest that she would be able to carry, expecting him to deal with the other ones, and just starts leading the way.
He will just absolutely. How many bags are there? He will go to pick them up and probably be like, "Oh, this is heavier than I thought," like in his face, but will.
Don't show weakness.
Will absolutely heft it up. It's like
2
when
trips is for cowards.
Yeah. It's like when you come back from the grocery store and you're like, I refuse to take 2 trips. So I think here, watch us. Pick up. I think I can only pick up one thing. Oh, I can pick up 2! No, that's the light bag. I can't lift the big bag. The chest, I can't lift that.
Oh, well, let's just assume he carries it.
Yeah. There is. Oh, I got it!
Oh my god.
I would pick up.
Slow and steady.
I actually don't know where the rooms are, so let's just assume that they go up there.
Yeah.
I wonder if I can throw all of this at once. No, it's okay.
Yeet.
Oh, nope, not all at once. Just in a pile.
Close enough. Yes.
Whew.
Yeah, she will
So,
lead him up to the room, I guess. I don't know. If there's more to that.
I mean, there could be, but for the moment, I figure if there's anything still going on downstairs.
I guess that depends on everybody else. What are people doing? Or are you doing anything else for the night?
Arno can play on the piano now that things have died down. If anything, it's his way of calming his own nerves.
What time is it at this point? Because it's well into the night, isn't it?
Sun went down, or is fully down by this point. It's probably evening to mid evening, or early evening to mid evening.
Okay. Alright, yeah, Tiffany will stay for a third drink to listen to Arno play the piano. But she's gonna keep a little bit of distance between Daggerbrin and the dog. The wolf, sorry. The wolf.
The wolf, for the record, is remarkably well behaved for a wild animal.
Still a wild animal. But yes.
I think I will head back to my room, since there does not seem to be any trouble anymore, at least.
Thank you for everything, Bernard.
I'm happy to help. I only wish I had actually hit one of those skeletons. I felt it was coming on my next try.
Well, apparently you will have lots of practice. But I promise, when you wake up in the morning, I'll have bacon.
Bernard bows toward Arno and makes his way up to his room.
Arno would look over at Dagger and be like, "Are you staying?"
Yeah, I'll take a room. How many days do you think it'll take you to settle your zombie problem?
Ooh, that is a question. One I do not have an answer for you. I'm new to having zombie problems.
Then I guess I'll pay that by that. And he'll give you $2 for a room. It's so much easier to do a Western accent in Thorn's voice for whatever reason. Dagger's voice than Thorn's voice. I don't know why.
You just have to be a little bit of a dick to have a Western accent.
Apparently.
I don't know what you're talking about. Dagger is super nice in this version. Do you see him treating that daughter of his? Like,
Okay, so Dagger is super cute and nice to one person. One singular person and a dog.
But like super cute.
adorable, quite honestly. Yeah.
He would hand him, I don't know, keys. Sure, that sounds right. He will hand him keys to a room. He would intentionally make sure that the room that Thorn has and the room that Dagger has are on opposite
sides. Good call.
Yep.
Smart.
We have two wings for a reason, folks.
Now, here's my question to you, Andy, as the owner of the saloon and the one who gets to, if they wish to matchmake here, what's the proximity of Issa and Thorn's rooms if you're putting Dagger and Thorn on the opposite sides of the saloon?
Good question. Probably right next to hers. He might have done like Issa, Ix, and Thorn, Eloise, Tiffany, and Thorn, like kind of together, like just a block, because they all came in at the same time.
Okay, that's fair. So we've got Tiffany as a buffer between those two rooms.
Yeah. Or, you know, Tiffany's on the other side and Thorn's like in the middle.
Arno has unlimited power right now.
Arno does.
She feels it. She's using it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. he saw how Thorn crashed and burned multiple times today with the two of them. It was just like, I just need a little chaos to make myself feel better. So, damn.
Just a little chaos, a different brand of chaos than.
Chaos
Neatest.
that I create and I control. That's the type of chaos that Arno's looking for right now.
Arnold sees Thorn and he's like, he hasn't suffered enough.
I want to watch him crash and burn at least one more time tonight. But all right, so yeah, you guys eventually go to your rooms. The rest of the night passes without incident. And in the morning, I will say, here, I'm going to delete Issa's bags here because we can assume that they are in her room now. In the morning, I think that Arno, you will open the saloon to find that there are quite a lot of people coming on in. Not to drink quite this early, of course. Also, I don't know if you guys have really checked out the names of these NPCs.
I have
but
clicked all of them.
There's a guy named Potatoes, and I love him.
See, I just love that there's a guy, a guy with a mohawk whose name is Rufio, and that just makes me think of that Peter Pan movie.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's who he's supposed to be. So...
Yeah, right.
I think it's a crime that you didn't say that their full name is Potatoes. Like,
Opportunity lost fast.
no, that's their name. I'm just saying, like, that's the best part.
I can't actually see their descriptions most of the time.
Oh, fair enough.
So hard to find potatoes.
There's another one whose
Oh,
name's
Potatoes
Shepherd Pied.
is over here.
I can't click on them. Oh wait, yes I can. I like that there's a guy named Hawthorne, which just feels like the lower or the Pokemon evolution of Thorn.
Oh yeah, there is a Hawthorne there. I didn't even notice him.
Listen, all I know is that the NPC Reagan is very much my vibes because it's like constantly sounds like out of breath. Always one spilled coffee away from going feral. Yes, sir. I understand.
All the dancers have no identity. They're just one of the gals at the saloon. All of them.
That's because unlike the other ones, I actually made them. So they got especially made rather than the rest of these people who I just kind of picked out pre-generated. So maybe I'll add more to their descriptions another time.
I love them all. They're my girls.
I do think that Sally has a thing for Clementine, but neither of them know, or like neither of them knows of the other one's feelings. And Eliza probably, does the accounting for the saloon.
I can see it.
Betty's been here for forever. She's like the middle-aged lady here. And Nora is new and not very good at her job, but she tries. So,
wow.
All Arno cares about is them trying.
So they're the special, unique descriptions that weren't written down.
Thank you for the drama lore. I love it.
What was I gonna do? Oh yeah. So you come down, Arno, from your own room, and the rest of you can come down from your rooms as you prefer. I don't think you really get a chance to even start cooking breakfast before people start flooding into the saloon. And Lucas, even though you are staying at, obviously your own place, I think you're aware that there is a bit of a growing crowd in the Thirsty Tomb, as there's quite a buzz in the street as well. But Arno, when you come on down, we're gonna say, you know what? We're gonna say it's Betty over here who comes on over to you. Just gonna take her downstairs, and goes, well, looks like town wants to know what you're gonna do about this little Emery problem.
Oh, now? Okay.
Well, like there were a bunch of skeletons out and about in the street yesterday. So I think they want some answers.
Fair. Shit.
You do have a plan, right?
Of course I do, darling. When do I not have a plan?
She raises an eyebrow at you and goes, I remember when you won this saloon. You certainly weren't planning on winning.
Shh. That's just between you and me. No. Look how well that turned out. Everything's fine.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, you done a lot more with this place than Emery ever did. But, none of us ever expected him to come back, neither.
Would you want to go back to working for him?
Hell no.
Hmm.
He had a violent temper.
Yeah, I don't think being dead has helped that. So.
No, it hasn't. Damn well say it made it worse.
Yeah.
know?
Also, there's a new cockiness that apparently has come about now that he just keeps on dying and coming back. I don't like it.
So, do you know how to kill him for good?
Hi.
Who touched the grid button?
Nobody. What? When?
No, I did by accident. I was trying to click BRB, but it was in the. What do I need to click?
I wish that there was a way that I could disable that, to be honest.
At
but
least
it's no
people didn't get
problem.
jolted too far.
Sorry,
Yeah, it wasn't as bad as the train.
my bad.
You're fine. What were you saying, Andy?
Yeah, and he would just kind of be like, well, we do have someone with experience with the undead, so that is a plus. And
Not that rider that stumbled in with the bags, right?
maybe.
I mean, between you and me, he doesn't seem like a reliable sort.
I mean, sure, but it's more information than we've had before. Do you know anything about dead zombies?
No.
So I will take whatever I can get. The plan is we're going to figure out a way to destroy him. That's it. That's the plan. That's all I got so far. But I feel like it is a good step in the right direction. Do you know? Did he have a? I'm gonna ask if he had an office here. Like Arno hasn't been here for 2 years and knows whether or not he has an office. I'm sorry. Hold on.
He
Did he have a secret office?
he definitely had like his own room in which he kept as like an office, which you kind of do as well now. But there wouldn't be anything in the saloon that you haven't previously uncovered.
Yeah. And he was just gonna be like, "Is there anyone in town who's good, like a holy man, anything like that?" I feel like I would have met them, but I don't know.
I think if we had a holy man, then yeah, you would have met him. At least once.
I mean, he could not come into the saloon being a holy man. Sin and stuff in here.
I think you'd be better off asking your new friends than anything else.
The new friends are going to help.
Well, when you figure out your plan, I want to arrest the townspeople's fears.
Hmm.
She will go on back up stairs to the other ladies, hang out there.
Yeah, he would look at the group and be like, "Ladies, gentlemen, it's nice to see you here. I know that you are all worried, but I promise you, there is nothing to worry about. We'll get this handled and sorted, and Emery will just be forgotten like it was before. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So you do just need to give me a little bit of time to get my team together, and then I can give you more of an update. But in the meantime, anyone want breakfast?"
I would love some breakfast, please, whatever you are serving.
I'll say that even though it's not like a I don't know, even though you don't have answers for them yet, the people are willing to give you some time to figure out an answer. As scared as they might be, and your offer of breakfast seems to be welcome upon more people than just Bernard. So everybody wants breakfast, yes.
Yay! Arno will get everybody breakfast as he tries to figure out what the fuck he's supposed to do. So once the others have gathered downstairs, besides Bernard, who gets his plate of food with probably extra portions, he would kind of like gesture for everybody to kind of meet in the corner.
Tiffany will also have breakfast and go sit in the corner.
And if he hasn't seen him walk in yet, he would totally go and get Lucas.
Oh, he's on his way in. He was kind of listening from the back, I think, judging the back of the crowd, but he will follow. What corner are we? That corner. I mean, you know.
Are Dagger and Bryn actually sitting there, or
I
no?
think so, since there is breakfast and all being served. Gonna just move the shot glasses for the time being.
We can say that Issa may have already started on feeling out just how much work these lessons are going to be.
That's fair.
Yep. when Arno gave breakfast, he totally would have a friendly little like grin to Bryn, and now that they are in a truce, his face would be neutral towards Stacker. It would not be a glare like it has been.
Cordial.
If anything, he has like one of the smiles where like it's that southern smile where you know it's like the bless your heart smile where it's like
It's a backhanded compliment.
no,
Like, I am legally obligated to be polite to you, even though I hate you.
So everybody, now that you're all gathered and fed, does anybody know what we could do to get rid of our undead problem?
Well, I thought we were going to find his playing card that he seemed to have some attachment to. We just find that. Like, I guess burn it? I don't know. What do you do with talismans for the undead?
Is that question being asked of?
Oh, I'm sorry. To the table in general.
Okay.
Apologies.
At all those pancakes.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
So many pancakes.
These ones are mine. But yeah, Tiffany will make the comment of, yeah, we find what the.
Okay, Ben.
I think that's Ben eating the pancakes.
even the plate just gone. Yeah, I figure we find this card he seems to have an attachment to and take care of that. I don't know, cleanse it or something. I don't know what to do with undead playing cards.
Thorn will go. He's kind of keeping aside at the bar here, but he will just go and say, "Yeah, a little hard to say, honestly. Might be the manner in which it's enchanted. Burning could be good. So cleansing if you got, a holy person around."
We do not, apparently.
Well, burning's good.
I'm back to plan A. All right.
all right. So, shit. I guess that means we have to figure out where he went after he left. Then.
Well, if I feel like anybody's gonna know that, it'd be you. You last saw him, didn't you? Which way did he go? North,
Yeah,
west?
he left the bar. Like I didn't follow after him, being like, "Oh no."
Ain't nobody coming in there flapping their gums about which way he went.
Did anybody? I don't think so.
I think you would just know that he went further into what is this setting called? Sorry.
Deadlands.
The West?
Nah.
The Weird West?
No. Places. Further into the Demon's Trail. Which is where Dust Hollow is, but it's like you're just kind of like in one part of the Demon's Trail, and the Demon's Trail continues through a canyon that is famously full of vipers and bandits and known for being unbelievably hot.
I'm watching X over here double fist pancakes.
And while I was trying to put them down, I grabbed another one and I'm like, just don't pay attention, just go back to your regular programming. Now I have the ruler. Why?
How far can you throw pancakes? 0 yards.
Anyway,
yeah. So Arno, it's gonna be like he went into the Demon Trail.
Well,
Bless
it would be a
all.
likely place to die.
Yes.
And is this the first time you've seen him since he left?
Yeah. He basically left without a word. He lost. Obviously, understandably upset, but he kept his word. He gave me the deed. Was
How long
upset.
ago was this?
Like 2 years.
Took him 2 years to have his undead ass come on back. Alright. So I imagine he probably got further along the trail than we anticipated, where he got hung up with something. I don't know how long it takes to bind your soul to a playing card, but I can't imagine that's comfortable.
Mm.
I guess the best we can do is ask around town if anybody had seen him since then, or at least heard rumblings.
I would say, Arno, you're a purveyor of information in Dust Hollow. If there was anything to know about this in town, you'd already know about it.
Yeah, I mean, he would shake his head and be like, I would know. And there is nothing. No one really. I would say I don't like speaking ill of the dead, but he did try to kill me twice. So, never mind. No one really missed him when he left.
Thorn is gonna speak up again and go, sounds like you might have gotten desperate, honestly. And if you went further into the demon's trail, I mean, there's a lot more to find there than just bandits. If
You
he
think
had a
he?
plan,
Hmm.
he had a plan to bind his soul. It wasn't just a manifestation of anger. This might be more of a purposeful arrangement with a spirit. You might be looking at a mighty powerful huckster. It's transcended life and death.
That's not better.
No, it's not better.
Does Issa know anything about the hucksters?
Give me a occult roll.
Alrighty.
Did you delete part of the tavern?
3.
Huh?
I don't know. Just don't look at it. I don't know what I did. I was just trying to get the pancakes.
I think you made a text box.
I'm sorry. I don't know how to do it.
It's okay. I don't know how to delete it, to be honest.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop touching things.
3.
Yeah, it was a 3.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the 3. Sounds like magic of some kind, but you're not familiar with the term.
Fair enough.
Would Tiffany be familiar with the term?
Give me either a spell casting or a cult roll of some kind.
Spellcasting it is. And that's with the wild, right?
Yeah.
D8, hello. Here we go. Oh, that is an ace on that wild die, so that's 6. That's 6. What's 12, 15, 17. Spellcasting.
God damn. Yeah, Tiffany knows fuck all, fuck everything about hucksters. She knows that hucksters tend to gamble with the spirits in order to make deals with them. Sometimes binding the spirits to their will through these deals. Though it can also go awry and completely backfire on the huckster. Whether or not Emery's current state is a result of that dealing and gambling backfiring or it's purposeful, it's a little hard to say. Could go either way, but you know that it's generally depending upon your personal opinion, hucksters might be people to be feared, or they could just be seen as exceedingly foolish. So,
Fair enough. Tiffany will relay this information, just to save time. Just
Mhm.
what he said. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna put a southern spin on it right now.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
So yeah, she'll relay all of that and kind of lean back at the table or lean back in her chair and just kind of go, "Oh hells, this place is worse than the last three."
It grows on
Well,
you.
he obviously didn't learn his fucking lesson. Okay. Fine. Sure.
All right. Well,
So,
other than the silver mine, do you know anywhere else where hucksters might make deals?
is there another settlement like farther in the Demon Trail, or is Dust Hollow the like last one?
there are other settlements. Dust Hollow is the last stop on the railroad. But basically anything further than this is like bad news bears, basically. It's gonna be gangs and illicit activity of all kinds. Not too many up and up settlements, or if they are, it's like like a ranch here or there. Individuals, like families. So, but yeah.
Well, we could go farther in, see if any of the families who live out there remember seeing Emery. See if we can trail or track where he went after.
Dagger. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Dagger is he's eating these pancakes, but he leans on one hand and seems to just be passively listening for most of this, because why ooh, my voice cracked there. Why I'll just keep on bringing up these silver mines exactly.
Emery brought them up when he came back. Said something was potentially unleashed down there. It's the whole entire reason why the tavern is named what it is.
Seems that the mines collapsed, took a few souls. People went in to try and save them, and they never came back.
Thorn goes, sounds like something powerful could be down in those mines. If he had knowledge of that, maybe he thought he could use it.
That's true.
Didn't you tell us yesterday not to go up there?
Who?
You.
It hasn't caved in since.
Well, not that you know of. Oh, God. How far is it? Walk.
It's a walk, but it wouldn't take you like more than an hour or so.
Okay.
I can.
The idea was
Won't take like
if
multiple days or anything. Yeah.
okay, yeah, because they didn't want to leave the town just
Yeah.
kind of to fend for itself. Because if he's gonna keep coming back, someone's gonna have to be here. But yeah, an hour's obviously more than enough. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So he'd be like, oh, like an hour.
That's not too bad. You can grab some supplies. Head on out.
I'm gonna need more bullets.
Y'all don't have a store in this town?
Sure, we have a general store, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
We got one down the way.
She buys it. She like has a exhale of relief for a second, like. Well, I say we stock up on supplies and head on out.
All right. Just give me a second then. Yeah, and he would like go to the in front of the bar and just kind of be like, all right, everybody. I hope your food was okay. Nice and filling for everyone. So we did just want to give you an update. So we do know the weakness of Emery, and I think we have a good lead of where to go. So we've handled him before. We will handle him again. There's nothing for you guys to worry about. But if you see anything strange, everybody just go on home. Okay? We'll take care of it.
The people seem to have confidence, I think, in you and Lucas to handle this, even if you've accrued a rather mismatched group of individuals to help you out. But I think that's a good place to stop for the night because it's quite late. And next time we play this, whether that's Tuesday or sometime in the future, because I don't know how far along Tony is in his planning, we will go down into the silver mines.
Woo.
I'm nervous. I'm so nervous.